If you think going to the family court means a long, painful battle, think again. In Singapore today, divorce and custody disputes don't have to be a fight to the finish. The family justice courts are changing the rules through something called therapeutic justice, a new judge-led healing-centered approach designed not just to resolve legal issues but to help families move forward with dignity. Whether you are facing a high-conflict separation, trying to protect your children, or struggling with access and maintenance, this video will show you how the therapeutic justice system works and how it could change the outcome of your case entirely. So, what is therapeutic justice and why is it such a big deal in the Singapore family justice courts? Well, imagine this. Instead of treating a family dispute like a battle, the court becomes a place for healing and finding long-term solutions, especially when kids are involved. That's the idea behind therapeutic justice, or TJ for short. This started in the US with mental health and criminal courts. But in 2014, Singapore became one of the first in Asia to formally adopt this in our family justice system. And today, it is the guiding philosophy behind how family cases like divorce, custody, maintenance, or protection orders are handled. Instead of the usual you versus me courtroom battle, TJ brings everyone together, the judges, the counselors, and even therapists from the start. The judge doesn't decide who is right or wrong. They guide the process with one big question in mind. And this question is, what is best for the family, especially the children? It is not about winning or losing. It is about reducing harm, helping people move forward, and finding solutions that actually work in real life. So, if you're heading into the family justice courts, just know this isn't just a legal process anymore. It is also a healing process, and therapeutic justice is what makes this possible. If you are filing for divorce in Singapore when children are involved, you are not just entering a legal process. You are stepping into the therapeutic justice or TJ space. So what does that actually look like? First, your case goes through something called a joint triage checklist. It is basically a review to figure out if the situation is low conflict or high conflict. Based on that, you will be placed on either one or two tracks. The first is the standard track. This is for simpler and more cooperative cases. The second is the non-standard track for more complex or emotional cases. But here is the difference. In TJ, the judge doesn't just sit back and wait. They guide the whole process and you won't be left to argue endlessly in court. Instead, you will go through a series of structured steps. These can include, first, a judge-led case conference. Second, mandatory counseling or mediation. And third, child-inclusive counseling or supervised access assessments. You will also work with court family specialists, experts who are trained in family dynamics and mental health. They help to resolve parenting issues, reduce tension, and make sure that the focus stays on what really matters, the children. In more complex cases, outside professionals may step in too, like parenting coordinators or therapists, to provide extra support for the parents, and the judge doesn't disappear after that. They actively monitor the cases, check in on the progress, and adjust parenting plans based on how parents are responding. The goal is not to drag things out in endless hearings, but to resolve disputes early on, reduce emotional harm, and build long-term stability, especially for your children. So if you are going through a divorce or custody dispute, you should know this. Therapeutic justice isn't just about legal rights. It is about finding a healthier way forward. You might think therapeutic justice only applies to divorce cases, but it is actually used in many types of family matters in Singapore. This includes divorce and parenting plans, personal protection orders, child access disputes, and variation applications, and maintenance issues for children or spouses. Some of the most emotionally charged cases, like access disputes, really can benefit from therapeutic justice. The court may step in with things like co-parenting counseling or child access assessments to help both parents move forward. Even in maintenance disputes, TJ can guide parties toward financial counseling instead of just battling it out in court. So, whether you are starting a new case or trying to change an old order, TJ is about finding solutions that works for everyone involved. If you are heading to the family court, you might be wondering, will the judge take over my case under therapeutic justice? The short answer is no, but they will guide it under therapeutic justice principles, as judges in Singapore don't just sit back and watch. Both sides may argue, but the judge will take an active role in managing the process from the very start. They can do 4 things. First, set a timeline. Second, direct you to go for counseling or mediation. Third, identify key emotional and parenting issues early. And lastly, suggesting more constructive paths forward. But don't worry, you still have full control over your legal choices, and your lawyer still advises you at every stage of the way. For example, in a custody case, the judge may pause all the back and forth paperwork and instead order a child access evaluation or co-parenting session, because that might actually lead to a faster and fairer outcome for everyone. It is not about control, it is about keeping things on track. This is less stressful, and parties will be focused on what really matters, especially when children are involved. If your family court case involves a personal protection order or past family violence, you might be wondering, can therapeutic justice still help me? The answer is yes, with important safeguards. First and foremost, your safety will always come first. Therapeutic justice doesn't mean forcing reconciliation or putting you at risk. Instead, it ensures the process is handled with care and dignity, not fear or trauma for you. In PPO cases, the court might assign a court family specialist to assess family dynamics and recommend safety measures. Victims may be referred to support agencies for counseling, social help, or even housing help. Let's say someone with a history of committing family violence wants access to their child. The court may allow it, but only under safe conditions, such as supervised visits or after they have completed a parenting or anger management program. It is not about forcing peace. It is about helping families manage risk, rebuild boundaries, and move towards stability, if and when it is safe to do so. Therapeutic justice isn't about forgetting what happened. It is about finding safe, structured pathways out of conflict, even after the hurt. Worried that therapeutic justice might drag out your case or make it more expensive? Here's the truth. In most cases, it actually saves you time and money. That's because therapeutic justice focuses on early intervention, where instead of waiting for the fights to happen or explode in court, TJ brings in mediation, counseling, and judicial guidance right from the start. This helps you reach agreements faster, where you can avoid endless court paperwork, cross-examinations in court, and court attendance. Think about it. Legal costs will go up when both sides are filing affidavits, arguing over technicalities, or dragging things out. TJ helps you to skip the drama and go to the real issues. Even in complex cases, such as those on the themes track, resolutions can come sooner rather than later. That's because trained court specialists manage both the emotional and sometimes the legal aspects of the dispute. Now, if one party refuses to cooperate, sure, there may be some delay. But under TJ broadly, judges are empowered to set timelines and to move things along, so there's no more endless stalling in court. So no, TJ is not about dragging things out. It is about getting families through the court system faster, with less damage, and a better outcome for everyone. In short, we are looking at a win-win situation. Let's be honest, when parents go through a divorce or custody fight, the ones who suffer most are often the children. That is why in Singapore, TJ puts the children at the center of the process. Instead of exposing children to blame, anger, and court battles, TJ will protect their emotional well-being. One key feature of TJ, it is child-inclusive counseling. That means trained specialists will speak with the child, not to make them pick sides, no, but to understand how they are feeling and what they need to feel safe. Instead of asking, who is the better parent? The counselor may ask, how can both parents stay involved in a healthy way in the child's life? This is where 3 tools come into play. First, shared parenting plans. Second, supervised access. And third, sometimes parenting coordinators. The result? Less fighting, more cooperation, children will feel heard, supported, and secure even after separation by their parents. At the end of the day, TJ isn't just about solving legal issues, it is about building a better future for the children who are often caught in between the parents. In a TJ case, it is no longer just you, your lawyer, and the judge. You will be supported by a team of trained professionals who will help make better and safer decisions for your family. One key player is the family court specialist, a psychologist or social worker who helps calm conflict, assess parenting needs, and guides the judge with expert insights. The court may also connect you with the DSSA, divorce support agencies, parenting coordinators, or mental health experts from the panel of therapeutic specialists. These professionals will look beyond legal arguments. They assess risk, protect the children, and help shape parenting plans based on what is healthy and not what's written by the lawyers. It's a team effort because your case isn't just legal, it's personal. In a therapeutic justice case, cooperation isn't just encouraged, it is expected of you. If someone refuses to attend counseling or mediation, especially in cases involving children, the court can take that kind of conduct very seriously. The court may draw negative inferences, meaning it could affect decisions on custody, access, or even legal costs at the end of the day. Judges can still move the case forward, they can make binding decisions or adjust timelines even if one side refuses to cooperate. Of course, if someone is struggling due to trauma or mental health issues, the court can offer supportive alternatives like separate sessions. The bottom line, in therapeutic justice, cooperation builds credibility, and this often leads to better results. Yes, therapeutic justice works. Singapore's courts have officially endorsed it, and studies have shown that families in the TJ process are, first, more likely to follow court orders, second, less likely to come back for enforcement, and third, happier with co-parenting outcomes. In real cases, even high-conflict couples have reached parenting plans within months, thanks to support from judges, counselors, parenting coordinators, and the lawyers. In PPO cases, TJs have helped families set safe, structured contact without re-traumatizing anyone. TJ works because it looks beyond legal papers and focuses on real people, real pain, and real healing. If you are about to go through a divorce or family court process, don't just prepare to fight, prepare to heal. Therapeutic justice gives you a smarter, safer, and more dignified way forward. I'm Clement Yong, a family lawyer in Singapore. And if you find this useful, subscribe for more clear and practical insights into Singapore family law. Share this with somebody who needs to hear this.